how are things in Winnipeg?
Things are great. Yeah, it's springtime. So the snow is melting and it feels really good to feel warm sun again.
Yep. Well, we're in the opposite direction. We're heading towards winter, but it doesn't get that bad here. So I can't really complain. Anyway, so you've got an EP coming out on the 1st. How are you feeling about it all?
I feel great. I feel so excited for people to hear it. We started releasing songs in September. So yeah, I've just been anxiously waiting for the whole thing to come out so that people could hear all of the songs.
Cool. And so tell me a little bit about, because I know that a lot of the songs have been leaking out or being drip fed or whatever, but were they recorded as a whole for the EP, or were they recorded one at a time and they become a collection? How did you approach it?
They were recorded as a whole for the EP. Yeah, I sort of went into writing, not sure if it was going to be an EP or an album. And all of the songs that I ended up working on during this batch of recording time, basically, just all had sort of similar themes. And it made sense to me that they would all come out together as a collective at some point. So
right.
I feel like they make sense as an EP.
Right. So tell me about when did you record them and under what circumstances? Because these days everybody's doing things differently.
Yeah, for sure. I recorded the songs. I think we finished recording them in spring of last year. So spring of 2021 was kind of when everything got all finished. So it was end of 2020 to spring of 2021. And they were recorded pretty much virtually. I did a lot of, I tracked all my own vocals at home and did some production stuff. I was living with my mom at the time. So I had moved and I was staying with her. And so in my bedroom at my mom's, I recorded a bunch of stuff for the songs and would send them back and forth to my co-producer, Roman Clark, who also added a bunch of production.
Right.
We had a few days that were together in the studio, but not a ton.
What's it like recording with your mother in the house?
It's honestly, she was great because she would just work. She works in an office. She was working at home at the time, but right. She would just go to the kitchen table, do her office stuff, and I would just be in my bedroom doing my recording stuff, and it worked out pretty well, actually.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Roman. So what kind of production work? Why do you work with him? What's the relationship like music-wise between you guys?
Sure. We've been friends for a long time, Roman and I, and we had collaborated on a bunch of songs in the end of 2019. And so just had a really comfortable working relationship together. And he's always just sort of the person that I send songs to for initial feedback. So it just made total sense coming home and just wanting to work with someone that I was comfortable with, that I knew already, that was really excited about the songs. And he definitely was, and was really capable of just adding his own production stuff. And I never worried that he was going to kind of go a weird direction with it. We just really understand each other musically. So yeah, it was a great fit.
Very good. So the opening track is something called Tropical Sour Candy. So maybe if we can go through each song kind of briefly. There's only 6 of them, and you can just give folks a little idea of what's behind each one, starting with Tropical Sour Candy.
It's tropical sour candy, baby. All the times you've woken up beside me, driving downtown at sunrise. Oh, it's coffee and your kiss, and I miss it all the time, all the time, all the time. I miss it all the time, all the time, all the time.
Yeah, Tropical Sour Candy, I feel like, is the perfect intro to the whole EP, because the first line of the song is "Erased your number from my phone last night. Scared I can't be alone to save my life, but I'm trying." And that's kind of just ultimately it is an album about healing from a breakup. So yeah, just this idea of processing these memories and this relationship in order to be okay with being alone for a while, I felt like was the perfect intro to the themes of the EP. And yeah, in terms of the title, I just feel like tropical sour candy and candy in general was a good metaphor for sort of this relationship that like, yeah, relationships that end up feeling sweet at one point and then end up hurting you later. So
Right.
Mhm.
And the second track is called Election Night, so that's a very different topic. And I think there's some kind of visualized video or something that you've made as well with that. So
Mhm.
you're all about the election, and well, you're a Canadian, so but it seems to be very American, politically oriented. Why is that?
It was election night. It was 2016. We made plans, wanted company, and you held my hand as the polls rolled in. Back then we were still just friends. It changed everything.
Yeah, I think it's because at the time, well, I wrote Election Night during the election in 2020. So, and it was sort of a reflection on the past 4 years. And being in Canada, we're just so close to the States. I feel like American politics really affect Canada as well. And especially just like at the time of my life in 2016 and also in 2020, both years were both just like really pivotal for me and transitional for me. And this sort of like event that really affects like the world globally, I feel like, which is just like who is going to be the leader of the United States. Yeah, just I felt like it was a good reference point to sort of like anchor those two moments in my life that were just really transitional.
Yep. I mean, even down here, it's very influenced by what's going on up there. So yeah, it's worldwide.
Definitely.
And I mean, just the thing with the whole Oscars, I mean, something that happens, you know, I mean, everybody's talking about it. Nobody can talk about anything else. It's bizarre.
I know.
So
It is crazy.
Okay, then we move on to Fine. What can you tell me about Fine?
I'm fine like grains of sand on a cloudy day. On the beach, it's filled with tourists far away. Fine like your summer crush who never stayed. In the town where we grew up that never changed.
Fine is really fun. It's sort of the indie rock track from the EP.
Right.
I think it explores this different side of me musically that I think is really important to me. So I'm glad that it's on the EP. But it's just Fine is basically about. I was trying to write a song to say that I was totally over this relationship, and then I ended up writing this song that was like, oh, actually, I'm like not that okay.
Right.
So I sort of like use Fine in this like contrasting way lyrically, where in the choruses I'm saying I'm fine, and then I'm sort of like giving an example of something that is like not really that fine.
Right.
It's like I'm fine, like your summer crush that never stayed, which of course is like heartbreaking.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's just a fun like a wordplay song lyrically, and it's sort of like the rock song of the EP.
Gotcha. And then at Stop a Heart is more breakup stuff. Now there seem to be BVs in there. Are is it all you singing, or do you have other people singing along, or how?
Oh, you can't stop a mind from turning round. No, you can't stop a heart from breaking. And if you can, I don't know how. If you can, I don't know how. I don't know.
It's me. It's also Roman, and we also used a vocoder a lot actually in a few of the tracks, and I think that it was used in Stop a Heart, but we also were sampling vocals and stuff like that and playing them on drum machine and stuff.
Right.
So it's mainly the two of us. We're really the only ones that sing on the whole EP, and the only ones that are doing all of the instrumentation.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stop a Heart is it's just about not wanting to hurt somebody, but realizing that that's probably going to happen no matter what.
Right. And then Since I Met You.
If it's all right with you now, I'd like to tell
is actually the one song on the whole EP that features another instrumentalist. So my friend Charlotte Friesen plays guitar on that song.
Okay.
Mainly for the solo at the end of the song, and she just like absolutely killed it. We like sent her the song, and I had played guitar. She had played with me a few times before, and I knew that she was going to do something really cool because she has a lot of pedals and does a lot of cool like looping stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just sent it to her, and I was like, we have like, I want it to be sort of instrumentally at the end of this, like just do whatever you want to do. And she sent us back all of these like reversed guitars and like weird sounds with pedals, and it was so fun to rearrange that and put that in the end. I felt like it made the song super cinematic.
Cool. And then we have one more, If It's Not Forever, closes things out. Why is that at the end of the album, or the EP rather?
Yeah.
If it's not forever, when we're old and gray, we'll both have these memories. You might be in London with your brother, half a world away. None of that can change what it was like to be young, to be alive when we're old and gray. Memories never age.
It's the title track, and that's sort of the closing statement, I feel like, of the whole thing, which is, you know, if it's not forever, at least we have these memories. You know, if it's not forever, we have these pieces of our relationship that we can like look back on and hold in our hearts, I guess. And like, yeah. So it's just sort of the concluding statement, and I feel like that song is purposefully pretty subtle and restrained. Actually, it's I think Since I Met You gets to this really cinematic place, and then I wanted to close the EP off with something that was just like small and like emotional, but not super full and dramatic.
Gotcha. So the EP is out on Friday. What do you got planned? Anything exciting?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably just hang out with my friends. Might have a movie night or something. Make an EP themed cocktail. I've sort of been doing that as the singles go out, so I feel like that could be fun. Yeah.
Any
like
live
that.
shows? Are you performing at all, or?
Well, I just played a live show in Winnipeg, which is where I'm from, sort of as like a pre-release.
Right.
And then I'm going out on the road with Donovan Woods in April.
Oh,
the
okay.
end of April or to middle of May. So we're touring Western Canada together.
And do you do just solo, or do you have a band with you, or how does it work?
It's going to be solo, opening up the tour. Yeah.
Cool. And what kind of scene is there in Winnipeg?
It's actually, there's a great scene here. All of my closest friends are like all musicians, and so people are constantly like in each other's houses and apartments playing music, making records, going on tour with each other, and people who listen to music too, like, I don't know, the fans, I guess, but like the audience for local music here is really great. People just like love coming out to shows, and there's a lot of shows that happen all the time, but the support here is just great from the local crowd.
Oh, very good. So did you move to Toronto at one point, or is that where you're living? Or
I did, yeah. I was living there. I was living in Mississauga, actually, which is a suburb of Toronto, but I moved back from there right before I started recording all of this music for the EP. Pretty much just because of the pandemic. It just didn't really make sense for me to be holed up in a small apartment there by myself when I could be with my friends and my family back home. So
makes sense.
But I love it there, and I take every chance I can to go back because I have a lot of friends that still live out there. So.
And in general, in Canada, what's the vibe like as far as being out among people and doing things? Because I know it's very strange here at the moment.
In Winnipeg, we don't have any more mandates or anything here, so people are just, like, people can technically just go out, and technically you don't have to quarantine. That being said, those all of our restrictions just lifted last week, and now like so many people that I know have gotten COVID. So that's
exactly what's happening here. Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a weird time where people are definitely like going out and kind of wanting it to be totally okay, but it's still sort of risky. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange, but we're doing our best, and good luck with the record when it comes out on Friday, and
thank you so much.
Have a good movie night or something.
Well, we'll celebrate. I'm sure there'll be something going on this weekend. We'll do something really fun.
Very good. Sure. All righty. Well, thank you for spending time talking to me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. This is really nice.
Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.